Welcome back, you all, to CHD 204, and I'm so happy that you joined me for another week of methods and materials for teaching young children. This week, we will discuss the objectives associated with Chapter 4, the Dramatic Play Center. Dramatic play is one of the most complex kinds of play that young children will engage in, and perhaps the most important. It is sometimes called socio-dramatic play because young children are using pretending to investigate their world. In the dramatic play area, they will engage in make-believe by, number one, creating roles for themselves, number two, pretend places for their roles to be enacted, and number three, pretend solutions to respond to. All of these are done spontaneously and without an adult's direction, which is or even without an audience. It can be difficult for some adults to understand the whys and values of dramatic play among young children because it is such a brief phenomenon. It usually peaks around the ages of between 4 and 6 and then fades away after age 7. In the dramatic play area, children learn real life lessons and roles by taking on imaginary roles. By pretending to be someone else, young children are investigating the world around them and finding out what it is like to be themselves. So join me, Mrs. Murph, as we learn all about the Dramatic Play Center in a self-directed learning environment. So you may be asking yourself, what can young children possibly learn by pretending? Sorry, y'all. The answer is that so much is gained through dramatic play in every aspect of child development. By participating in dramatic play, young children can learn all the things shown on the next few slides. So take a look here in front of you is social development. So in the area of social development, one of the things I want you to look at is number one, cooperation. And when you cooperate with someone, you have to compromise. Okay? Sometimes you have to take an alternative approach to doing things. And sometimes you have to accede to other people's or other child's wishes. So through that cooperation, they are learning compromise, like I said, taking that alternative approach, and then acceding and doing what someone else wants. Okay? Look at cognitive development. Here we're talking about abstract thinking and problem solving and how important those are in our daily lives. And they're doing those things right there in the dramatic play area. Language development. They're going to carry on a conversation. They're going to listen to others. They're going to use new words and figure out the meanings of them, which we know is so important to comprehension, is that language development and that vocabulary development. In emotional development, how to express their feelings, and especially those really strong feelings they have in acceptable ways, which in essence teaches them how to control those unacceptable behaviors, and then how to deal with conflict. In physical development, they're going to be putting on, fastening garments like during dress up, tying shoes perhaps, other motor skills that they may use, like other fine motor skills as well as some gross motor skills. And in creative development, they're going to be getting new ideas. They're going to be solving solutions, coming up with solutions to solve problems they have. So many things take place in that dramatic play area. Dramatic play allows children to be whomever they choose. Boys and girls can be the boss. They can drive a car. They can soar through the air. They can eat what they want, and they can command other people. They can, as long as they negotiate these roles with the other players in the dramatic play area. Young children are obviously controlled by adults in their real lives. So dramatic play offers them a powerful outlet for their feelings of helplessness in an adult world around them. Because they play around with new ideas and novel situations to problems, children who engage in such pretending are able to develop abstract thinking, creativity, flexibility, the ability to communicate, and the ability to get along better with others. This area is somewhat different than the other activity areas in a self-directed learning environment. Rather than an area with shelves full of materials, the dramatic play center is more like a stage, like setting a stage for children's spontaneous pretending. So let's take a look at the items you may find in a dramatic play area. I've listed just a few items right here in front of you. One idea that you might want to consider when children begin to possibly lose interest in the dramatic play center is that might should be your cue to bring in some new items. And so these new items would typically spark their curiosity and rekindle their interest in that center. Dramatic play activities can be used to promote social, emotional, cognitive, language, and creative development. So let's take a little closer look at these activities we can use to promote social development. The activities you provide in your dramatic play center can help children become involved socially in pretending with others. In addition, children from culturally diverse groups can become integrated into classroom activities. Although this will be spontaneous dramatic play on the part of the children, you can help set up the play through props you supply and initiating activities you provide. In the dramatic play area, children will gain skills in negotiating and collaborating. Working in a group continually requires the child to participate in cognitive, emotional, and social exchanges. As with other activities in a self-directed learning environment, children learn social roles more effectively when they do them on their own. Dramatic play is not always smooth, nor is it always happy. There will often be disagreements or haggling among other children. Teacher intervention may solve this issue initially, but children need to learn how to control emotional outbursts and to interact with their peers on their own rather than having an adult solve their problems for them. One of the most common types of conflicts in the dramatic play area involves the children trying to get their own way. Because they are all egocentric at this time, they believe the world revolves around their ideas. The point of dramatic play is to see things from another's point of view, and children who insist on having their own way and are unable to accept another child's position will soon see themselves on the outside play in the dramatic play area. We've talked about problem solving through this course, and these skills fall under the heading of cognitive development. Children need to cognitively mature in order to see things from another's point of view. They need to practice using their problem solving in real situations in order to discover what works and what does not work. So in other words, the dramatic play area gives children the ability to think on their own feet. Every role-playing situation children are involved with provides them with opportunities for language development, as well as they listen to conversations around them, participate in give and take negotiations, and speak for the character they are portraying. Talking out loud in the dramatic play area allows children to hear their own vocalizations, which provides an ongoing source of stimulation for children. And of course, every type of pretending affords children opportunities for speaking and listening. And in creative development, all dramatic play calls on the children's ability, their creative ability to get any kind of play started and keep them going. When children need a boost in their creative play, the teacher could read a book to get their creative juices flowing. By using books to initiate different types of dramatic play, teachers are setting the stage for children to set up airports, bus stations, playgrounds, all right there in the dramatic play area. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all, I had these slides mixed up. The teacher's role in the dramatic play area is twofold. First, it's the setup, and secondly, it's observing the children to see which ones participate and which ones don't. Are some involved in cooperative play? Are some doing parallel play? And or maybe others are just waiting for an opportunity to join the group. To assess children during their dramatic play episodes, the teacher will need to spend time observing, taking notes, possibly videos or recordings, and then making a running record of the play scenarios. Dramatic play can be an exciting experience for the children and for the teacher. The ultimate goal is for the children to develop mastery of the props, and the objects that you have in the dramatic play area. Because when they can use the props and the objects in the method in which they're supposed to, that shows you that they have mastery. All accomplished while imaginary play and having fun. So thanks for joining me as we look further into what the Dramatic Play Center looks like in a self-directed learning environment. See you next time.